Have you ever left your wallet or maybe cell phone on a train? Or you might get rid of a work file that you've been working for a month? Of course, you will feel panic and anxiety. This is a common response experienced by humans when they are in an urgent or maybe unwanted situation. But have you ever experienced panic attacks and excessive anxiety when in public places such as supermarkets, buses, trains, or in the playgrounds? Even if you feel that the most comfortable place is your own room, even you feel uncomfortable roaming around the house and meet your siblings. Excessive panic and anxiety is an unnatural thing experienced by humans. Then what is the definition of anxiety disorder? Is excessive anxiety and panic a dangerous disease? Okay, we will discuss about the topic later. Anxiety is a normal reaction to stress and can be beneficial in some situations. It can alert us to dangers and help us prepare and pay attention. Anxiety disorder differ from normal feeling of nervousness or anxiousness and involve excessive fear or anxiety. Anxiety disorders are the most common of mental disorder and affect nearly 30 of adults at some point in their lives. But anxiety disorders are treatable and a number of effective treatments are available. Treatment help most people lead normal productive life. Anxiety disorder can cause people to try to avoid situations that can trigger or worsen their symptoms. Job performance, schoolwork, and personal relationship can be affected. There are several types of anxiety disorder. The first is generalized anxiety disorder, and the second is panic disorder, and then specific phobias, and then agoraphobia, and then social anxiety disorder, and the last is separation anxiety disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder involves persistent and excessive worry that interferes with daily activities. This ongoing worry and tension may be accompanied by physical symptoms such as restlessness, feeling on edge or easily fatigued, difficulty concentrating, muscle tension, or problem on sleeping. Often the worries focus on everyday things such as job responsibilities, family health, or minor matters such as car repairs, and appointments. The core symptom of panic disorder is recurrent panic attacks and overwhelming combination of physical and psychological distress. During an attack, several of these symptoms occur in combination of maybe palpitation, pounding heart, or rapid heart rate, sweating, trembling, or shaking, feeling of shortness of breath or smothering sensation, chest pain, feeling dizzy, lightheaded or maybe faint, feeling of choking, and numbness or tingling. Because the symptoms are so severe, many people who experience a panic attack may believe they are having a heart attack or other life-threatening illness. They may go to a hospital emergency department. Panic attacks may be expected, such as response to a feared object or maybe situation, and it can be in the form of unexpected, such as apparently occurring for no reasons. And the next one is a specific phobia. And specific phobia is excessive or and persistent fear of a specific object, situation, or activity that is generally not harmful. Patients know their fear is excessive, but they can overcome it. These fears, such as distress, that some people go to extreme lengths to avoid what maybe they fear. Examples are when we do public speaking, fear of flying, or fear of spiders and other might be insects. Agoraphobia is the fear of being in situation where escape may be difficult or embarrassing, or help may not be available in the event of panic symptoms. The fear is out of proportion to the actual situation and lasts generally 6 months or more and causes problem in functioning. A person with agoraphobia experience this fear into armor situations like using public transportation, being in open spaces, being in enclosed places, standing in line or maybe in a crowded place, and being outside the home alone. Is social anxiety disorder. A person with social anxiety disorder has significant anxiety and discomfort about being embarrassed, humiliated, rejected, or looked down on in social interaction. People with this disorder will try to avoid the situation or endure it with great anxiety. Common examples are extreme fear of public speaking, meeting new people, or eating and drinking in public places like restaurants and cafeteria. The fear or anxiety causes problems with daily functioning and lasts at least 6 months. And then the next one is separation anxiety disorder. A person with separation anxiety disorder is excessively fearful or anxious about separation from those with whom she or he is attached. The feeling is beyond what is appropriate for the person's age, persists at least 4 weeks in children and 6 months in adults, and causes problems in functioning. A person with separation anxiety disorder may be persistently worried about losing the person closest to him or her, and maybe be reluctant or refuse to go out or sleep away from home or without that person, or maybe experience nightmares about separation. Physical symptoms of distress often develop in childhood, but symptoms can carry through adulthood. So what are the causes of anxiety disorder? There are some causes of anxiety disorder such as brain chemistry that some research suggests anxiety disorder may be linked to faulty circuits in the brain that control fear and emotion. Environmental stress can also be the cause of anxiety disorder. This refers to stressful events you have seen or lived through. Life events often linked to anxiety disorder include childhood abuse and neglect, a death of a loved one, or being attacked or seeing violence. The other cause is medical condition. Some heart attack, lung, and thyroid condition can cause symptoms similar to anxiety disorder or make anxiety symptoms worse. It is important to get a full physical exam to rule out other medical conditions when talking to your doctor about anxiety. There are many treatments to reduce and manage symptoms of anxiety disorder. Usually, people with anxiety disorder take medicine and go to counseling. And treatments for anxiety disorder include psychotherapy, that is a type of counseling that helps people who suffer from anxiety disorder learn how their emotions affect their behaviors. It's sometimes called talk therapy. A trained mental health specialist listens and talk to the patient about their thought and feeling and suggest ways to understand and manage them and their anxiety disorder. The other treatment is cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, which is the common type of psychotherapy that is teach the patient how to turn negative or panic-causing thoughts and behaviors into positive ones. The patient who suffer from anxiety disorder will learn ways to carefully approach and manage fearful and worrisome situations without anxiety. Some places offer, even some places of the therapy offer family CBT session. It can be challenging and frustrating to live with an anxiety disorder. The constant worry and fear can make you feel tired and scared. And if you talk to a doctor about your symptoms, then you have taken the first step toward letting go of the worry. It can take some time to find the right treatment that works for you. If you have more than one anxiety disorder, you may need several kinds of treatment. For most people with anxiety disorders, a combination of medicine and counseling is best. With proper care and treatment, you can learn how to manage your symptoms and thrive. Okay, that's all from me. I hope you can gain a lot of knowledge and insight about anxiety disorder, and maybe you can help if the people around you are suffer from anxiety disorder. Thank you for your attention.